Okay, so this is a movie I've really, really wanted to review for a long, long time, and this may be the movie that inspired me to do these reviews and stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you that I think this movie is the worst movie that I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not kidding. This is quite possibly the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And it's very, very hard for me to say that, because usually I'm very on the fence about this movie. But probably nothing people say can change my mind in saying that this is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And yes, I have seen it. Now, why I think it's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life is there's just a lot of things wrong with this movie. But one of the biggest problems I have, and it's a complaint that, well, it's noticeable in Cloverfield, but for some reason I didn't notice it in Cloverfield when I saw it. But when I noticed it I noticed it in this movie, big time, the freaking camera was waving around everywhere. And by the end of the movie, I had the biggest headache you could possibly imagine. And I've never, ever had come out of a movie with a headache like that. And I'm going to be honest, I wanted to leave this movie. I mean, I wanted to leave the theater before it was done. Because not only that, I mean, I kind of knew how it would end. And just to let you know, I'm going to spoil it, and I don't care, but that girl, that's probably, in the picture, see the girl being dragged away? Well, that's probably the last scene. And yeah, that's something I just don't understand, is that the trailer gave away the ending, which I think is retarded. I mean, I don't even understand how a movie can get away with that. Yeah, anyways, a number of other things that are bad with this movie. Just how everyone is stupid. I mean, and how, like, well, you know, the thing is, it's based on an original movie called Wreck, which I saw before seeing this movie. And when I saw Wreck, I thought it was okay. I thought it was pretty good and okay. And not only that, I felt that the girl was a lot more attractive than the girl in than the main character than the girl who we see in the movie. I thought that the girl was just better at doing everything for the movie. This girl, I personally think, is ugly in this movie. Well, when I compare it to anyone else they could have cast her, too. But, I mean, regardless of who the cast is and other things like that, I mean, there was just so much bad with this movie. Like, I mean, it's just so much horrible stuff going on. Like, I'm gonna give you an example of a stupid scene where this guy, where the cameraman, actually kills the zombie with the camera. I'm not kidding. The guy actually bangs the camera on the zombie until he dies. And you actually see the camera is rolling while you see this, and granted it's hilarious, but I mean, it's stupid at the same time. And, well, normally I wouldn't, and I didn't even think about this, but I mean, this is something I probably had to get pointed out, but I had to get pointed out for myself, but but it's a cheap laugh, and anyone who says that, I agree with. But I'm not the first one to think this up, but I didn't think of it on my own. I mean, I just thought it was stupid, but I didn't realize that it was a cheap laugh. I didn't even think to think that. Because, I don't know. Anyways, another thing that's stupid is the ending. The girl gets dragged away, and yeah, that's it. One thing is, though, in Wreck, you didn't see the military being so aggressive. Like, in this movie, they actually kill a guy for trying to escape the quarantine house, which was a little bit harsh, but a little bit understandable, but still really harsh. The military wanted to just clear this up, but still, whatever. But like, I'm gonna tell you that no one is spared in this movie. Everyone turns into a zombie at the end, except for the girl who actually does apparently turn into a zombie. And I mean, there's no real well, unlike Wreck, I'm pretty sure this movie didn't really give an explanation as to where the disease came from. Because in Wreck, they kind of did give an explanation, sort of. But in this movie, they didn't really give an explanation. And I'm not kidding, a lot of scenes were scene by scene, but a lot of scenes weren't. There was a lot of stuff that they added on their own, and a few things that they took out from Wreck. And they treated the whole being in the camera view, the whole beginning 20 minutes was kind of a joke. I mean, it was stupid. Unlike the first one, the firemen were talking about like getting her laid or something like that. Maybe I could be mistaken. It's been a while since I saw this movie, and like I said, I really didn't enjoy it, and I really, really wanted it to be over mostly because of the camera, not because of how bad it was. Maybe I could forgive how bad it was if it wasn't for the stupid camera. But like I said, I mean, for me, I didn't think it was that scary. I thought that because, well, like I said, I saw it before. I saw this movie already, pretty much. I mean, sure, they changed a few things around, and it was nice to see them speaking English instead of having to read the subtitles, but it just wasn't that good. Like, really, it just was not I don't know, because personally I think it sucked. And like I said, even the frickin' poster, which I'm showing you right now on the screen, gives away the ending, which is retarded. I mean, after seeing Wreck, I instantly knew that the girl getting dragged away would be the ending. And not only that, I mean, seriously, like I said, I watched a few other people review this movie, and one guy said that they were trying to avoid saying the word zombie, which I found interesting. I didn't notice that, but this guy did, and he was absolutely right. This guy was trying to avoid. I mean, this guy was right. The characters in this movie were like trying to avoid the words zombie, and also I just realized there was one horrible scene where they could not tell that, oh my god, she's sick, because she was like foaming from the mouth or something. This old lady was foaming from the mouth, and they were like, oh, let's take her out, but they couldn't figure out, oh, she's turning into a zombie, which is something they tried to avoid saying. Anyways, like I said, that's pretty much all I wanted to say about this movie. Just that it was horrible, and that you should avoid it, and that the ending is spoiled for you in the trailer. And if you want to see a better version, just watch Wreck with subtitles. It's not that hard to find on YouTube anymore. I mean, at first it was, but now it's not. Like I said, Wreck is better by far for a number of reasons. And, I mean, if you enjoyed it, good for you. But, like, I didn't enjoy it. I hated it. And that's it. I mean, this was just one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, and I am 100% confident in saying that. And nothing can really change my mind on that. And I feel like I've explained myself quite well. So, thank you and bye.